Alright, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's worth. Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network. Alright, y'all see what we got going on here. As y'all see the thumbnail, y'all read the title under the thumbnail. Yeah, man, today's video is dealing with your boy Young Thug and how the 8th affiliate of YSL is testifying that Young Thug is the HNIC of the YSL gang. And on that same accord, how he got Young Thug pops. Yeah, man, Jeffrey Williams Sr. He speaks on the fact that his son should not take the deal. That if they really have anything on his son, they should go ahead and prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. Other than that, if they ain't got nothing, then they gotta let his son go. That's how he feel. And at the same time, he said he's riding with his son to the end. He said he's seeing right now in real time, how the whole world is against his son. And he's the only one willing to be on his side. He said he's seen how Gunna took the stand, and that's something that he did not agree with. He feel that if Gunna knew the whole time what his son was involved in, then he shouldn't have been affiliated to YSL. And I agree with that. And that's what I've been stating the whole time. If Gunna felt like he couldn't really take it, he couldn't ride with Young Thug to the end, knowing what Young Thug was allegedly doing, then he had the opportunity to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But to sit there and be familiar with what's going on, and then you take the stand to make it seem like Young Thug is the HNIC, come on, man. And again, it's not only Gunna. Right after Gunna took the stand, you have 8 more affiliates of YSL that also took the stand against Young Thug. Now that tells y'all something right there, man. Now, I don't know if Young Thug had advised those guys to go ahead and let the people know that he's the HNIC, or they doing this on their own accord because they scared of the time that they gonna get. I told y'all, man, dudes, stop being street once those people start throwing out those numbers. And we seeing it happen in real time, man. Now, next week, January 9th, they're going to continue the Young Thug trial. You understand? And like I stated, man, you have more YSL affiliates willing to take the stand and testify against Young Thug. You also have some people, some familiar names and faces, that's willing to testify on Young Thug's behalf and state that he's a good guy. He does things in the community, you know what I'm saying? But hey, we gonna see, man. But even with that, you got his pops, Jeffrey Williams Sr., who speaks on the fact that he feels that his son should not take the plea deal. Again, he's breaking it down and saying that if they have anything against him, then they won't be offering him a plea deal like that. Again, he feel like if they have anything on him, even dealing with, it's reported that there's over 300 witnesses, and also the YSL affiliates state that Young Thug founded, funded in the criminal activity of YSL. But it's just crazy how you can go from being like the top artist to now being in trial based on your affiliates saying that you are the one that founded, funded, and assisted in any type of criminal activity dealing with YSL. Man, it's just, man, this right here should be another example on what not to do when you enter into the rap industry. And that's put yourself out there as being a HNIC of any street organization. Because I'm telling y'all, man, when the people start throwing out those numbers, and the more you sitting in jail, the longer you're away from your family, the faster that somebody associated with you is going to be willing to tell. Because they're going to be thinking about all that, man. Again, especially when you got the holidays coming around, y'all got to understand. They not thinking about Young Thug or how they said they was going to ride for him and do this and that for him. But we seeing the first thing they doing is testifying against him. Like I told y'all before, man, it's only a couple real dudes. It's only a couple real people, period, that's really going to stand by your side. The rest of them going to sway away. They're going to tell on you. You're only going to have a small amount of people who going to be there. And you have to be aware of those people. And right now we seeing it's a few people in Young Thug corner who's not pushing him as being that person that they making him out to be. And this is all the DA wanted from the beginning. So again, they feel like the more people that can step forth and testify against Young Thug as being that dude that's making these moves as far as setting people up, pin prices on dudes. When you have the people that's affiliated with you, that's telling those people everything you did, everything you said, the time, the date, it makes it look worse. And this is what Young Thug's lawyer is saying himself. He stated the more people that come out and testify against Young Thug, it looks bad for his client. So right now, it's the waiting game. We gonna see. Again, the next court day is January the 9th, next week. Y'all be looking forward to that because more information will come out pertaining to the different YSL affiliates that's gonna step forth, take that stand, and testify against Young Thug. Again, man, what I'm trying to say is all that extra street activity and guys playing tough, this right here should be a real example that all that really means nothing. Look where it's gonna get you. So what I'm advising to the young people is be real with yourself, man. Don't do what other people doing. Because I'm telling you, man, y'all see it. Young Thug affiliates, hey man, they not willing to ride with Young Thug. They not willing to just not say anything. They telling these people anything they want to hear. Again, to make it seem like Young Thug was really that dude sending these people out here to get into different type of criminal activity. And Young Thug Pops, I agree with his movement. You're supposed to be there to support your child, right or wrong. And we all know this. But just like the rest of us, he's playing a waiting game as well. Because he really don't know what's going to come from this. All he's seeing right now is what we seeing. That's the different YSL affiliates making it seem like Young Thug is that guy. Because this is what the DA wanted. Alright? Yeah, folks, it's not looking too good for your boy Young Thug right now. Ever since Gunna was the first one to tell that, yeah, Young Thug, he is the HNIC of the YSL gang. And at the same time, it don't matter, even if he does or doesn't take the deal. When you have all those affiliates testify to you being the one that funded and founded the YSL, and not only that, to have these guys say that you was the one to orchestrate all the criminal activity pertaining to YSL, come on, man. So again, yeah, we understand where Young Thug Pops is coming from. He want to make sure that his son does not get the raw end of the deal. Now I told y'all, you have some people out there that's willing to testify on Young Thug's behalf and says how much he gives back to the community, that he is a good stand-up person. But what I'm saying here is the DA got what they wanted. Ever since they stated that YSL is looked at as a GANG, they went to every extent to make sure they question everybody that's affiliated to YSL. Even going back and question guys that's affiliated to YFN. Because we know YFN and YSL, they had some heated entanglements in the past. So once the DA was able to get some guys that's affiliated to YFN state that, yeah, man, Young Thug, he sent some of his goons after us. They came and shot up this spot. They came and shot up folks' mama crib, this and that, right? And then you had YSL affiliates to state that, yeah, Young Thug, he paid us to go do this. He paid us to go do that. We are with the father and understand that you doing what's right. You're supposed to have your child back. But we coming from the perspective of, hey man, it's not looking too good. And this is even what the lawyer has stated. Folks just told y'all that Young Thug lawyer, he said the more people keep coming to testify against Young Thug, it's not looking too good for him. So that's the reason why Young Thug Pops, he's heated with Gunna. Because Gunna, he feels Gunna is the one who opened the door. Now again, you got Young Thug brother, you got other affiliates that's associated to Young Thug that stated themselves that this is what Thugger wanted. He wanted us to testify and state that he was the one that sent us to engage in criminal activity. So next week, we gonna see, man, the people that's gonna come to court to testify against him and the people that's gonna come to court to testify on his behalf. This is a clear example to the youngsters out there that's trying to get into the rap industry. You have to be aware of the people that you're around, you understand? And you have to be aware of the things that you get into in your past. Like they say, and it's real, your past can come back to haunt you. And we seen, man, at the beginning of this year, Young Thug and Gunna, they was on top. Then what happened? You had a couple affiliates, they get locked up for engaging in criminal activity. And then what happened is, once they get over a dozen dudes that's affiliated to you, they are now going to consider you and your associates under the RICO Act. Because y'all all doing it under one umbrella, you understand? If y'all seen that interview that Young Thug had did, about a year ago with Wallow and Gilly? Come on, man. Wallow told that man straight to his face while everybody in there was present. When Wallow was talking to Young Thug and telling him, hey man, you're going to have some of your guys that's going to take the stand against you. And what you willing to do? Because everybody looking at you, you the one that's making all the money. You understand? So you have to make the proper moves so people won't look at you as a street cat that just has money. I'm telling y'all, man, it's a lot of people who understand where Wallow was coming from. Even when he spoke to Young Thug in that instance. But at the same time, we don't believe that some of Young Thug affiliates understood where Wallow was coming from. And even though you got guys saying, hey man, I ain't really tell. I just told them people that, yeah, they all know that Young Thug was funding YSL. Yeah, they all know that Young Thug made this phone call to do this and that. When they asked me that, I just reassured them that, yes, he did do it. Yeah, you tell him, bro. Come on, man. Hey, but we got more in store. As always, Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's worth. Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network.